This week, we reboot the 90s, more specifically, 90s television. We pick a handful of shows that we think should be rebooted or continued. This is Modern Retro. Welcome to Modern Retro. I am your host, Cuba. I am joined once again by our resident Yeti.
Hey.
What's your name, goddamn Yeti?
Oh, my name's Aaron, not Yeti, you piece of shit.
The website says you're the Yeti, so you're the Yeti.
Fine. Take it.
That's what happens when you walk around barefoot outside and you leave tracks. Just for anybody who's very confused, this kid is, what are you, 6'7" with a size 16 shoe or something?
6'6" with a 17 shoe.
Yeah, so, you know, when he goes to the beach, people get worried when they
what they
stumble
say
across
about people
these
with
fucking
big
tracks.
feet?
Yes, they overcompensate.
Shoes.
Yeah, they can't find shoes. They overcompensate and they can't find shoes.
It's the worst. It really is.
It is. I've seen your struggle, and it's funny. It's funny watching you get excited at like a shoe surplus sale, and you get excited about the ugliest goddamn shoes. You're like, ooh, look at these. I'm like, wow, those are fucking ugly, man. Those are just hideous.
What's that friggin' company that makes boats like Skymark? They're like Skymark fucking boats. Just giant tubular 80s kind of design. It's just ridiculous.
Where do you even get flip-flops? Because I've seen you wearing flip-flops.
I bought flip-flops in 2008.
How do they last so long? I have to buy a new pair every summer.
Because I bought them in California, and they're rainbow and they supposedly have
brand.
They're called, that's the company that made them is Rainbow flip-flops. I guess that's a prestigious name in the flip-flop community, but they had a lifetime guarantee, so I was like, I'll give these a shot, and they have stuck with me. They have not disintegrated or anything. They've only gotten better with time, I guess you could say. But they were like $80.
I'm gonna have to check those out, because I wear flip-flops from now, May when the weather turns, till about early October. And I always go through a pair of summer. Every summer I go back and I buy at the beginning of the season the pair that I have because I like this brand. It's just like the Kohl's store generic their brand flip-flop, but they're durable and they're good. But I mean, I wear them for just about everything. I'll walk across all of Boston multiple times in them. I'll do everything. I go fishing in them. The only thing I don't do is go hiking in them. Sometimes I do. I forget my hiking shoes. But I always end up destroying a pair by mid to end of summer. So if these rainbow are truly indestructible, I gotta check them out, and I will put them to the test.
2008, and you've seen my feet, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and gross.
Thanks, man.
It's like someone took a hobbit foot and then just flattened it. He's giving the finger. Good times. So while we're talking about good times, this episode we are going to talk about reboots, remakes, and continuations. So keeping with our namesake, this is the Modern Retro episode. That's an echo. So I got to thinking, because there's a couple of shows that are coming out that were already shows, and they're making a revival. They announced that Roseanne is coming back to TV. Yeah. It's like, what? Why?
Yeah, I heard.
The pretty much the original cast, and it's like, but how can you? Not how dare you bring back Roseanne? But wasn't the last episode of the show not fake, but essentially a dream? Her husband had died of cancer. You find on the last episode that the entire last season was a book that Roseanne was writing about what life could have been like, because her husband had died of cancer or something like that. And I don't know what happened to the kids, but it was the most down ending of any TV show. It is wow, for that whole last season didn't really happen. So how is the show coming back? Is it a continuation of her fantasy book? Is it we're ignoring that last season? Obviously, everybody's aged. So
well, they're bringing J.J. Abrams in, and he's gonna
just throw a mystery box at it. He's gonna just launch mystery boxes so everybody stops questioning it.
Roseanne finds a time portal, and she goes in. It completely negates the last season of Roseanne.
Something, maybe, who knows? So, I mean, and that's not the only show from the 90s that is coming back. Very soon, I think, either this week or next week, very soon, Twin Peaks, the new Twin Peaks is coming out. And the entire new Twin Peaks was directed by the showrunner, the original creator of the original Twin Peaks. He only directed a few of the original episodes. It's set did you watch Twin Peaks?
I watched a couple episodes in, but I didn't get too far because it wasn't that interesting.
No, me neither. I didn't like it very much, but I missed it.
But then I play like games like Alan Wake, which they say is very Twin Peak heavy.
Yeah, it's set.
And then that makes me want to go back and watch Twin Peaks, and then I watch an episode of Twin Peaks, and I'm like,
yeah, but it's weird I missed Twin Peaks when it came out, when it was new. It just I didn't interest me at the time. We started watching it a few months ago on Netflix. It is fucking weird. It's really fucking weird, and it's intentionally made to be weird and very surreal in like, what the fuck am I watching? Again, I'm not sure if the new Twin Peaks is a continuation. I think it is a continuation from the old one. Yeah. I didn't finish the first one, so I don't know how it's going to pick up. But so that just comes to it. So we have all these movies. We got all these TV shows from the 90s that are now coming back. Ones that have already come back. We got Fuller House, Girl Meets World, X-Files, and
Girl Meets World just got canceled.
Did it? Oh, man, that show sucked.
Well, the first season sucked. It got better. It got progressively better.
It went like, 4 seasons, though, now?
Yeah, and they got really good. Like, every time the old cast would come back and, like, do their episode, it got so good. You're like, fuck!
Well, that's the thing. We want Corey Matthews. We don't want Corey Matthews' daughter.
Well, they integrated it into the girls. Like, there was a spoiler, like, Sean was gearing up to be one of the main girls' father-in-law kind of thing, and there was like a love interest between her mother. So they started tying it in really well. When they brought Eric in, that was pretty hilarious. This season in Boy Meets World, he like said he was going to be a mayor of some fucking town, and in this one he's a mayor of some fucking town. He's got like this beard. So they do all these wicked awesome tie-ins to the old show,
but nobody cared about the girl, right? Like that was the thing I got from watching the first few episodes of it. Was first of all, the acting is terrible. It was terrible acting, and it's like I cared about Corey, Topanga, Sean, Eric, Mr. Feeney. It's like these are the people, and it's a nostalgia-based show for sure. So I didn't care about the daughter. I feel she should have been like Morgan in the original show and just been an afterthought.
No, I mean, it definitely got better. Like I said, every season got a little bit better. So I definitely say stick with it. The first season's a bit rocky, but
it was hard.
It's
it was
worth
hard
it.
to stick with it. Maybe at some point when I'm really, 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 really bored and have nothing else
or like
to
skip
watch.
around to the point where like you see that the old crew members come back, and then maybe start from there.
And then get the nostalgia feels.
Yeah.
So with all these shows from the 90s coming back, which is crazy to think, you're like, fucking 90s? How can you make a show? How can you reboot a show from the 90s, continue a show from the 90s? Well, the 90s is already 20 years ago or more. It's fucking kind of crazy to think about. Yeah. Yep. I do that sometimes too, and I go, wow.
You're just sitting in the corner going,
Just go, oh. I remember when 1990 was the coolest thing because it wasn't the 80s anymore. But now it's so long ago. So we have these shows that are now 20.
I get so angry at Dakota. She's 12 years old, and I'll be like, "Oh, remember this friggin' thing?" And she's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "You piece of shit."
Jesus, dude.
I don't actually say that to the 12-year-old, but I'm
Fuck
just like,
you for your youth. Your youth and your ignorance.
I know what it was. So she started watching Friends too, like this week, all of a sudden, right? And I was because I'm watching Friends for the first time, And I finally got to season 2. Now, season 2, this is where it picks up because Van Damme is in like the first episode.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme,
wow.
And like the writing gets to the point where it's How I Met Your Mother kind of funny. So I'm seeing the
first couple of seasons, I hope.
Yeah, the first couple of seasons. So it's got that like wit and like allure about it for the second season. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so Akota starts watching season 1. And I was like, it doesn't get good until Van Damme comes in. And she's like, who's that? And I'm like, fuck, now I gotta watch a whole shitload of Van Damme movies.
Well, you gotta, I was gonna say, before she watches Sense8, but Sense8 isn't for kids. So many orgies in that show.
Friends is starting to not get really for kids anyway, so I'm gonna have to take that away from her soon.
What isn't?
Friends.
Oh,
every episode's who fucked this and who fucked that, and a lot of innuendo.
That's tamed 90s television, man.
It's like it's right there.
We watched Married with Children.
I know.
So
I guess.
Friends ain't got nothing on the Bundys.
Stepdad.
Ain't got nothing on the Bundys.
Sure.
So with all these shows coming back, it got me thinking. Not all of these deserve a remake or a reboot. What are some that do? Now I have 2 that I would love to see come back, and I assume you have 2 as well.
Yes. I also saw a bunch of like stuff that just got rebooted that I was going to pick, but then I went, oh yeah, they just did that.
I know, it's hard. Do you want to start? You want me to start?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so what's your first pick? You do. So, you show me yours, I'll show you mine, and we'll go back and forth.
Well, looking for the DVDs in my box set, I came across Prison Break, and I was like, ooh, they should remake that, because the first season was awesome. They just remade. So that's...
Yeah, but Prison Break's not 90s.
Wasn't it like right on the cusp?
Maybe 2000, 2002, I'm not sure. I didn't get too far in that.
Either way, my number one choice for TV remakes, and this absolutely needs a remake, because... I mean, Rick and Morty is at the top of its game right now. Season 3, it's pop culture gold. But the one that started it all, Rick and Morty, would not be where it is today without Sliders. Okay, I just picked this up at fucking Best Buy for $20, and I was like, the whole series.
Sliders was good. Now here's my question: Sliders continuation or reboot?
I'm going to have to go with Reboot.
Really?
They could do like one of those things where like it's a reboot, but they come into contact with the olds. Like, there could have been something like that.
I don't know. I would like to see a continuation of Sliders, because the ending was not really an ending, right? If I'm thinking correctly, they get back home, but it was invaded by the Cro-Magnon people, who eat people's eyeballs for some reason, and
it's really weird.
yeah. Spoilers, and that was it. Like, he had like a twin brother on another world that he ended up finding, who's his real life brother, and like in real life. And I
don't think you saw the last season then, because there was this.
Did I not?
No, spoiler alert.
Okay. How does it end?
Somehow he gets put into his brother's body, like he's still the same character.
Yep, yeah, that's right. Yep, I remember that. Yep, I think I blocked that out because it was so terrible.
Yeah, it didn't last long after that. I think it was like 6 episodes after that whole plot twist.
The only original character was the black guy. I forgot his name. Right? Like, he even had the generic name of something Brown. I can't even think of it. But I think the professor died. The girl...
Let's see. Jerry O'Connell, John Rhys Davis, Sabrina Lloyd, and Clavant Derricks.
Yeah, but I'm talking about his character's name. It was like
It
was like something Brown. I forgot. I don't remember what it was. I want to say Darius Brown, but I don't think that was it. But so like the professor died. The girl got her brain taken out and put into something. Yep. I remember like her head was in a jar, but she was alive. It was weird. Yeah, he got merged with his brother.
Shows you should definitely stop watching after the 4th season.
Okay, reboot. We'll reboot that one. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, the first 4 seasons you get really invested. I had a super crush on that chick in that show for some reason. I don't know.
The original chick or the one that came and replaced her?
The one that came and replaced her.
Yeah, me too. That she was like in all the Skinamax movies. Carrie Were. Yeah.
Shit.
Before Sliders, she was doing all those rated G, just taking your boobs out movies on like Skinamax, and she's I got
something to do tonight, man. Try and track this shit down.
I would have figured you knew that already. I mean,
the 13-year-old in me is going to be thrilled.
She was like the queen of B movies for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, clearly you weren't that into her. You did not put in the legwork, sir.
I did not. Damn. Fuck.
Man. So
anyway, absolutely. I think they should bring it back like this new Spider-Man that's getting
for people
rebooted.
Who don't know what Sliders was, if you've never heard of the show before, what's a quick little premise of the show?
The first quick premise of the show off the front of the DVD, a new dimension of adventure, moments away, worlds apart. If you saw a doorway leading into another dimension, would you step through it? And it's just them going through. This kid invents a fucking wormhole device, and he can go through all these alternate worlds, and they're all slightly different from the real world.
Well, not all.
Like dinosaurs exist.
Yeah, some are drastically different.
Some Russia took over, and like I said, dinosaurs. There's all sorts of crazy shit. Aliens.
There was some great episodes in that show. Some great science fiction. It's almost like right up there amongst like the classic tropes of science fiction that they did when they did that show.
Yeah, it almost reminded me of like a Twilight Zone, but you got to stay with the characters the whole time.
Yeah, because some of them were pretty dark, and some of the places that they went to were pretty dystopian. And I definitely remember being younger and like feeling a lot of tension in some of those episodes. Mm-hmm. And even some of the episodes where they did good to like save things, you would find out that after they jumped through the wormhole that it was implied that this is not going to be used for good, because they slide to one world that never developed nuclear weapons, and then there was like a comet or a meteor or something coming, so they helped them like finish the one nuclear device that was almost finished but was never completed, and they use it to destroy, like shoot up in space and save the planet from the meteor. And then, like, at the very end, you like get this ominous feeling like, now we can make bombs with it. It was very Twilight Zone-ish. And it was cool. It was awesome and serious until it started to get stupid with, like, the concept of the Cro-Magnon enemy, Earth, where Cro-Magnon man evolved instead of Homo sapien, I guess. It's an interesting concept, but it was just done so stupid because they were just bald people with sharp teeth, and I specifically remember them going like, eyeballs are a delicacy. It's like I'm gonna catch him and eat his eyes. It's like, okay.
It went the way of the X-Men cartoon. By the 5th season, the animation got sent to Korea. That's good.
Very true. I like that. That's a good one. That's very good. Very good. All right, so here's mine. My first one. I'm digging deep into the 90s goodie bag for this one, right? And I pull out Space Above and Beyond. Wow.
I haven't thought of that show in forever.
Am I going to have to get a cricket sound effect? Because you're like sitting there staring blankly like,
I have like a half a 2-second clip in my brain of the logo, and then it's gone. And then that's all I have in my head. Well, I don't.
Probably the reason why you only have a 5-second clip in your head or 2-second clip in your head is because it's one of those. It's a science fiction show on Fox. I think pretty much enough said when you get to that. Fox just hates science fiction. It's like, we love science fiction. You're hired. We'll give you the show. No. 1 season and that's it. So yeah, Space Above and Beyond fell before its time to the Fox machine. It was a great show, and very few people remember it now. It lasted 1 season, and it was the Battlestar Galactica remake before the Battlestar Galactica remake. I think a lot. Oh yeah, a lot of what Battlestar Galactica did, Space Above and Beyond did first on primetime Fox nighttime weekly TV, and it was great. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it takes place in the not too distant future, maybe like just before the 2100s or something like that, and Earth is in a war with this alien species. It's almost like what the hell's the I want to say Starship Troopers, but it's not Starship Troopers. Wing Commander. It's a little Wing Commander-ish. I guess you could say it's probably. If anything, I would describe it as like a mix between Wing Commander and Top Gun that had a Battlestar Galactica feel. So it's one of those shows where they're in this war with this alien species which they've never seen. They've never, like, they wear like these exosuits and shit, so you never actually see what they look like until the very final episode. You finally get to see them, and there's like a big, huge reveal. Half the cast dies, or it's presumed that they're dead, and then Fox canceled it. So you get no resolution after this mind-blowing, plot-shaking development. Just like every show, just like the Terminator fucking show on Fox, how you get this amazing cliffhanger ending and Fox cancels it. So the war is going badly for humanity. So they're desperate to recruit people. So they the main characters are these fighter pilots, but they're all rookies and they're untested. And the very first mission is like, welcome, you're fresh out of the academy. Now go fly this awesome looking plane and die. And it dealt with, you know, the pressures of war and like being on the losing side of the war, racism, because there was a special type of person that was genetically engineered to be like just soldiers, so they're test tube babies, but people are racist against them. There's like these, I think, a subgroup of humans that were like mutants that weren't fighting fighting like both sides of the war, like little insurgents and shit like that. It was a pretty serious, dark-ish for its time, cool ass show. And like I said, it ends on this amazing cliffhanger. Now this is one that I want to see continued because it did not have a chance to tell its story. You know, one season of a show is not that's the first chapter. That's the beginning of the book. You have to give a show more than one season. It's always shaky. It's always getting its footing. And this show, by the end, definitely showed it. There's definitely some cast members that straight up died. You don't know if they all survived at the end. You know, could have done the easy TV trope where they come back or something like that. Or they're like, hey, they're dead in the second season and we got these new people. And again, the revelation that they drop on you at the end of that last episode, you're like, where is this going to go? So this is for me, I would pick a complete straight up continuation. Even if it's been like 25 years since this show, pick it up 25 years later. You know, the original, you can just be like, the original squad that we followed, they died. Sorry. They were bad rookies. The war is gone but there's so many places you can take it, picking it up 25 years later. So that's my choice. That would be a great show to come back. So what's your next one?
Number 2, and this is a tough one because I think I might go continuation with it because they never got to finally finish telling their story. They had 2 seasons, but it was a Fox show, and we know how that goes. Second season got really, really shitty. It almost like the writers didn't know where to go, so they just started throwing shit at the wall, see what stuck. But that's Dark Angel.
I should have guessed that you were in that was your, because you were obsessed with that.
Dark Angel
Jessica
was
Alba.
A fucking amazing show, but yeah, Jessica Alba. That's why I want to see a continuation, because you can't do that show without Jessica Alba being somewhat of a part of it.
And she looks exactly the same.
I know, exactly. So you could like have her kicking ass on a friggin' show like that again, but I don't know, make it Girl Meets World. It's her fucking daughter running around doing some crazy shit. But you get super dystopian with it, have some cool technology.
It was a James Cameron show, right? He developed it or something like that.
And it was like Weapon X the show, because there was like this secret government testing facility that was making super soldiers, and all the kids escaped in a prison riot or whatever, and they all like know kung fu and fucking take off into the world. And you had like Dean from Supernatural in there at one point, but Jessica Alba was super hot.
This is end of argument. That's just more Jessica Alba. That's just give me more Jessica Alba. That's your argument there. But you're missing the biggest plot point is that
terrorists blew up a EMP over America and wiped out our fucking grid. So everyone's like living hardcore dystopic future.
It's like third world country. Yes, the first season of that show was great. It was phenomenal, and the second season did lose me. So I don't overly blame Fox for canceling it because that second season was just wonky shit. But it definitely, if they bring it back and just say, you know what, that second season didn't happen and we're continuing from season 1, I'd be cool with that. Just a little reworking of it, because it was a cool show. It was using drones before drones was a thing. It had like the security police drones flying around and everything patrolling, and that was really cool.
This show also has much better fighting than fucking Iron Fist.
Dude, the 2 kids on a playground have better fighting than Iron Fist.
Honorable mentions, I guess. This doesn't count as a 90s show, but I grabbed this. I wanted to say Witchblade, but that also wasn't a fucking 90s show. But Regular Blade.
Oh, yeah. And that would be... That
was a Spike show.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, okay.
This one's a good honorable mention because it was one of the weirdest fucking MTV things. It was based on a comic book, but The Max.
Oh, yeah. MTV Animation was really, really good for a while. They had some really cool fucked up shows. And some really not, like, fucked up shows.
Liquid Television was awesome. Ion Flux.
Well, what about the one where they cloned historical figures and put them in high school together? Was it Clone High? Yeah, that was great. And like Undergrads, that was another cool MTV show. Pretty sure that was on MTV.
Yeah, it was on MTV. Wieners, put them in your mouth.
Yeah, so many Star Wars and Star Trek references in that. That was a great show. MTV, let's just bring back MTV Animation. Let's reboot MTV Animation because there was so many great shows on there. This isn't even one of my picks.
Those are in syndication at all. Like, I'm sure if we started a business that was just streaming old MTV Animation, it would get some subscribers. Let's venture that out into a business.
We'll cut that out so nobody copies us. Like, I know they brought Beavis and Butthead back, but I don't think it lasted. And maybe it's just times have changed. Maybe kids don't find Beavis and Butthead as funny or as relevant. But I guess for us, it was so relevant because MTV actually played music videos, and we used to watch them. So I think every one of us could have related to Beavis and Butthead because we just sat on the couch and watched MTV all the time, and then we weren't watching MTV. We were just out doing stupid, mindless shit. Which I guess that's probably why it didn't do well. But Daria would be a good reboot. This isn't my choice. I'm just sticking with the MTV thing. But Daria would be something cool to bring back. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, Coda just found a Daria, and she binge watched the whole fucking show in a week.
Yeah, that's a good show. And didn't I send a link of one of the artists on Daria who did the character design or something like that, drew them how they would be now? Did I send that to you?
I didn't see that.
Oh, I thought I did. It was cool. I'll try to find it again, but it totally made me oh, you need to reboot it. Trent, the Daria's best friend's crush, her brother. I mean, he's still the same. He's still just he's just an aging traveling rocker instead of being an early 90s traveling loser rocker. And
you could bring that back as a Netflix show. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. In the show Daria's sister, she had 5 kids or something like that. The high school jock was bald and still married to the cheerleader. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that'd be a great show. All right, so here, my number 2. You ready for this? You ready?
I'm ready.
Gargoyles. Yes, absolutely. Gargoyles. That was on. Was it originally on ABC, and then Disney bought ABC, then they put it on Disney Kids or some shit? That was on that.
UPN.
Something ended up
that was on
being owned by Disney. It's during some point of its run. By the end of its run, it was owned by Disney.
It wasn't that wasn't that the show schedule where it was Pokemon and then Gargoyles, or was it Gargoyles and Pokemon?
It was some weird combination. You hear Goliath going, "You gotta catch them all, and then come watch Gargoyles." It was just
I remember Gargoyles being the only cartoon that my mom would eat dinner with me and watch it as well. because it was that good of a show.
It was very compelling. It was very...
Yeah.
So now I'm torn. I want Gargoyles back. I love the original story. I can't decide. Should it be a reboot or a continuation? I'm leaning more towards continuation because there was so much richness in the original run of Gargoyles that if they continued it, took it out of the hands of Disney and put it on like Adult Swim and just crank up the maturity a little more, that show would be in just the realm of epic goodness.
Absolutely.
And because
let's do it now.
it was already such a mature show for the age group that it was made for. Really, it was. All right, so for those of you who don't know what Gargoyles is, the simple premise is gargoyles are real. Not every single gargoyle on a building, but there's a race of creatures that are called gargoyles, and they turn to stone during the day, but at night the stone cracks, and they are these giant lizard monsters. And this particular clan, they're all over the world, but this particular clan had sworn to protect this castle in Ireland. They were betrayed, and a spell was put on them that they would sleep as stone until their castle raised above the clouds. So Commander Riker bought the castle and put it on top of his skyscraper. And I say Commander Riker because almost every cast member of The Next Generation had a role in this show as a voice actor, which is amazing, fucking amazing. So after 1,000 years, the spell was broken, and now they're in modern day New York, and they meet the token cop friend who's friendly, and just fucking crazy, awesome storytelling ensues, and it's something that needs to be brought back. And like I said, if it was already had a mature theme, I mean, I remember several scenes, especially in the first couple episodes, where humans are destroying the gargoyles during the day when they're stoned. They're just smashing the stone with maces, and I'm like, they're killing them!
And the sun came up, and it was just rotting meat everywhere.
that would be awesome if it was on FX or Adult Swim or something like that. Netflix, anything where you could do that instead of just crumbled stone. It was just piles of meat. The fucking night brings with it the stench of dead meat. That would be awesome. It
was wicked cool.
One of my favorite shows, and they even got like, they even threw fucking aliens in there, because there was an episode where aliens and King Arthur, because there was like at one point where they find Avalon, and they put him on this boat, and they're like, Avalon will get you home after you spend an entire season going all over the world, wherever Avalon chooses to send you to send things. Right, it got a little Quantum Leap-ish, but
it was awesome.
It was so good. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah, because it's like, it will bring you where you need to go, just like the fucking Doctor Who TARDIS. It just brings you where you need to go. And they got on a boat, and it just went into the mist, and they'd show up like in the future, and like they got to meet the old gargoyles if they had lived without Goliath getting back to the time that they were supposed to be at, and
yeah.
It was like the most innocent gargoyle. It had like a robot face, and he was just torn down. You could see his soul was crushed throughout life.
And you go, and they take you to Easter Island, and you find out the heads on Easter Island are to commemorate the alien race that landed on Easter Island. And they meet one of these aliens, and he's got an Easter Island head as a head, and it's like, that's fucking awesome! That's insane, but that's fucking awesome!
It was such a good show, yeah. And then Disney bought it over to ABC with Doug, and killed them both.
Yeah, I don't even remember how the show ended, like if it even had a concise ending. Because really, once Disney Disneyfied it just, yeah, I don't remember what happened to it. I don't know if it was just they just changed, like you said, they put it on a different channel, changed the time, but it's one of those things that I loved so much, and then it was suddenly gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they did with it, but it needs to come back. That is a cornerstone of our 90s animation. And it cannot come back if we don't have I don't know the actor's name, but who did Goliath's voice. He's been in a million trillion fucking things. He's the dude. He's the dude in They Live who fought Roddy Piper in the alley over not putting on a pair of sunglasses. It's just like, there you go. You're just ready, dude, with They Live. What do you do? What's that doing sitting on your desk?
Keith David.
Yes, that's it. Keith David. Yep.
That was one of the ones that we wanted rebooted, for sure. They Live.
Man. No, that They Live is such a classic. I don't know if you want to.
They'd have to do it right. They'd have to do it right. Just like Get Out is like a perfect remake to Stepford Wives. Like, it has that same tone and general plot line.
They already remade Stepford Wives.
And that was awful. They made it into a fucking comedy. Oh. Jesus Christ. Fucking Bette Midler. God damn it.
Fuck you, Bette Midler.
It's bullshit. But yeah, no. Like, watch the original Stepford Wives. That's classic. But watch the original They Live. That's amazing. But yeah, I think They Live could stand to be a Netflix series.
Yeah, no, I could dig that. I could dig it as a Netflix series for sure. Like, now we're digging into the pile of 80s stuff because V was a great thing that they rebooted, and I liked the new V, but I wish it was on a different channel. It was on like ABC or NBC, and it just, those shows are shot and acted a certain way that takes me out of them.
The highest demographic possible of any TV watching audience. It's just, it has no voice. It's just kind of meandering through plot lines.
Yeah.
So it had its good premise and it had its okay moments, but the majority bulk of it was just like, maybe see.
Yeah, exactly. I watched the first season and then a little bit of the second season, and then I'm like, I can't stay with this. I can't. I love V. I love the original V. It was, hey, that's fucking great classic science fiction right there, and fantastic premise, and it was just so washed out and diluted on whatever channel it was on. Again, yeah. Netflix. It always comes down to fucking Netflix. I guess Prime's starting to catch up a little bit now.
Well, Prime just picked up another one that I was going to say was The Tick. The Tick is getting rebooted, so that should be interesting.
We covered the review for the pilot of last year at some point, and it's coming to the end of this year, I think.
Yep, and they listened about the suit, so the suit looks a lot better.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a dried blue turd anymore. That's all I got for these. It's actually hard to look through 90s reboots because I feel like they've almost combed through the carcass of the 80s, so now they're combing through the carcass of the 90s, and so many things are coming back. Like I said, DuckTales. I could throw out Darkwing Duck. We can start a whole Duckverse, an actual interconnected Duckverse. God damn it, if we are so inclined. But we'll see how that one goes. But if anybody listening, if you guys have anything that you think would be a good remake, we're just sticking for 90s for now. Maybe we'll go back and maybe we'll do some 90 movie remakes or some 80 movie remakes, but just digging back into the Wayback Machine here. So we're just sticking with the 90s. So these are some of our choices. Like I said, Space Above and Beyond, Gargoyles, Sliders, those are all great shows from the 90s that definitely deserve a reboot or a continuation. If you have any suggestions, post it on Facebook, Twitter, email us at modernretrocast@gmail.com. Any one of those. We want to hear from you. Participate. Let us know what you think, what you missed.
Comment on YouTube as well, I believe.
Oh, yes. You get to see Aaron just like pulling movies out of his ass left and right here.
Yeah, so all you new listeners, I should probably preface, I have one of the biggest movie collections ever. I still buy DVDs. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that bought the DVD.
He's that guy at Walmart going through the DVD bin very meticulously.
Yes, I just bought Sliders last week. So if I find something that was in my childhood or it was a really fucking awesome show, movie, whatever, and it's like $20, it's got to be in my collection, motherfucker. But I'm up to like 530 DVDs right now. Wow,
you actually count them?
I have a database on my phone where I scan all the barcodes. I can actually go through.
Damn. Yeah. What are you going to do when DVD is like eventually replaced and you can't play? Like it's like a VHS. You have to go into like a back alley in Chinatown and suck someone's dick to get like a VHS player.
That's a great question because I just found this out 2 days ago. So I bought Guardians of the Galaxy on Blu-ray or whatever, and I put in the code, and when you put in the code online, it's supposed to give you the movie digitally, but for some reason it didn't do it for that movie. And a couple weeks ago, I rebought Guardians of the Galaxy so I could have it digitally on Vudu or iTunes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I found out 2 days ago that if you have a disc of a movie, you can scan it with Vudu and just pay $2 for standard quality or $4 for HD to get it digitally.
Okay, but so let's do the math. Let's do the math on that. You said you had 524 movies times $4 because you need to go HD. So that's over $2,000, my friend.
I know.
You got to start investing in saving your movies now because that's going to be a little while.
Here's one thing, because I don't need HD for all of them. Yeah. So that's definitely, like, I don't need fucking HD for He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
That's true. I mean, I guess you couldn't even get HD in those. They weren't remastered. So
well, so the first movie that you scan to transfer is free. So I got a HD Pulp Fiction for free, and I just copied over Blade Runner for $2. No, that was $2 HD. So sometimes it varies between what movie and how old it is, but I could definitely do that. But yeah, it'll be in the 1,000 to 2,000, but I'll do it over a span of time. And guess what? I get to sell my DVDs, so I might make some of that back.
No. You want to keep the DVDs because what else are you going to have on your walls?
I don't know. That's a good question, because I have three IKEA bookshelves just fucking full.
You can't convert them all to digital and then just get rid of them, because then you're just going to have a huge living room wall that's got nothing on it.
Maybe I'll just print out a giant graphic that looks like a Blockbuster video aisle, and I'll just put it up there so it looks like I have movies.
Oh, no, you know what you need to do? You need to take a high-resolution photo of your DVD case, sell all the DVDs, and then do a giant printout on vinyl and apply it on the wall around the TV so that it looks like the DVD case is still there.
There you go.
I like it. Let's start working on that. All right, guys. This has been our Wayback Machine episode of TV show reboots from the 90s. We hope you enjoyed it. Why don't you go check us out on our website, modernretrocast.com. You can email us any questions, comments, hate mail, fan mail at modernretrocast@gmail.com. Check out our YouTube page. You got some shit on there, yes?
Yes, I'm going to have some unboxings coming up. I think I'm shooting them this weekend, or we're doing it after this is recorded. We could do that instead. Maybe. We get it up really fast. It'll be up by the end of the week.
Get it up really fast. That might be an episode name.
So TeePublic had a fucking apocalypse, so go to our t-shirts over there while they're still up until we can get our Cafe Press or whatever shirts officially that Cuba wants to do. But if you buy shirts, $2 goes to us, and we can, help fund whatever this is going to be or is, server space and all that type of fun jazz.
You're a great advocate for us. Thank you.
There's t-shirts based on conversations we've had on the podcast, and TeePublic had a huge Disney thing with the DMCA taking down a bunch of Star Wars and Disney t-shirts, but our General what's his name? General Radis. Admiral Radis. It's an elaborate ruse. Fucking missed the mark. So it's still up. It's still out there, which I'm very surprised, because I took down my Radis as a badass and I had the same fucking painting on it. So that's still up. Go get it while you can before Disney gets it. And I just put up a cool one, which is our logo, but it's in the font or styling of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 shirt, what Star-Lord's wearing, so I made it look like that, almost identical. So you can represent two fandoms in one shirt. It's pretty fancy.
Well, that's it. Take care, guys. Good night.
Oh, wait, didn't you want to talk about the box?
Oh, the box. That's the best. Whenever this airs, we also have our mystery box giveaway going on right now. So if you want to win a mystery box, swag and stuff from us, you
Elite
have
Nerd box crate.
Yes. Modern box crate block.
Bounty.
If you want to win this box, a mystery box full of cool, geeky things from us, you have to go to our iTunes page. You have to leave a rating and a comment, a review of the podcast, and email us what username you used to enter. And we'll pick a random person who emailed us their username after leaving us a comment. That is how you win. It'll be great box of fun stuff. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Maybe Roy will be back next week. Who knows? We have a lot of things coming up in the near future. I'm just going to say this because I found this awesome product that liked our Facebook page. And I don't want to give too away and get people's hopes up, but it involves geeks and sex toys.
It's even away. The cat's out of the bag, Cuba.
I've emailed them. I'm in the process of trying to set something up and talk to these people. And if it happens, you guys, this is going to be so much fun. I'm excited for this. A lot of things coming up on Modern Retro through this summer. And keep with us. All you people who are joining us for the first time, thanks for listening. Have a good night. All you people who have continued to listen to us, keep up the good work. Peace out.
Bye.